This is a sponsored video. Years ago, the question that I got most frequently was, where can I buy Townsfolk miniatures? And back then, there just really weren't that many good options. It's a much different story today. And in fact, in this video, I'm going to be talking about a Kickstarter, which is live right now, that is all about NPC Townsfolk miniatures. Monster Adventure Townsfolk miniatures are a budget-friendly option for getting the specific miniatures that you need for your collection. In this Kickstarter, pledge levels range from $10 and up and offer a large variety of painted and paintable configurations. For this video, I chose the unpainted miniatures and used simple techniques to paint them up. These miniatures fit perfectly on an inch grid map, and they have hex bases and would be perfect for anybody who wants to use the 5e hex-based rules. For $10, you get 8 miniatures with 4 different sculpts, such as the Nobility set, the Tradesman set, the Entertainer set, a lovely mandolin player there, as well as somebody playing the flute, the Authority set, which includes a tax collector, always a fun miniature to have around, the Merchant set, which has a really cool fur trader person, which I'll paint up later, as well as an interesting brewer there, the Pub set, with a lovely drinking townsfolk guy, the Peasant set, with a interesting hunched over elder, a housemaid, a rider, and an orphan, and last but not least, the Field Worker set. As I mentioned before, I used simple techniques to paint these, just dry brushing, using washes, and I wanted to make sure I had simple yet bright colors to try to make these stand out on the table so the paint jobs look good from about 3 to 4 feet away. My favorite miniature from this set has to be the Plague Doctor. What a great little sculpt. He's got his doctor's bag, his plague mask. This was a fun and easy miniature to paint up, and I'm going to use this thing a lot. Also, the Fur Trader, a really interesting miniature. I like the fact that it's a shorter miniature, so you generally don't get humans that are short in this game. And of course, the Town Drinker. What good is a bar scene if you don't have some NPCs enjoying the nightlife? And we have here a potion trader. Obviously, you need a lot of different merchants, and during D&D, you're going to be buying an awful lot of potions to survive the encounters during the day. And here we have a townsfolk with a torch, a rioter, but, could be useful for any number of angry townsfolk with torches. And here we have a orphan miniature, a nice little scamp there. If your D&D campaign needs a baker, well, this set has you covered. And the hunched over town elder. Herding animals is always an important job for medieval fantasy times, so it's nice to have this herder miniature around. And finally, we have the brewer miniature, which can definitely double for any peasant that's carrying some stuff around. I don't know about you, but in my D&D campaigns, there are always NPCs carrying around barrels of various substances. You know, it's always sad when you've crafted all this cool scenery and you don't really have any NPCs to inhabit it. These sets are a convenient way to fill up your tabletop towns. And miniatures like this can be helpful for coming up with non-combat encounters. I kind of just went through my train and I whipped up a little scenario where some townsfolk were kind of standing by their recently destroyed house, and a number of plot hooks came to mind. If you're interested in this Kickstarter, you can find the link in the description below. Thank you again to Monster Gaming for sponsoring this video.